Hey guys, what's up? Lewin here at Garageband and Beyond. Today, I'm going to be showing you two free plugins that I really adore and one that I got for free, but you have to pay for now, but it's totally worth it, all right? So the very first plugin I'm going to show you is from a company called Sonalksis. I'm going to show you the name because I never say it right, I assume. It's this one right here that's been blued out here, the Sonalksis. Maybe somebody can spell that out phonetically for me in a comment. But anyway, the one we're going to look at is the Free G Stereo. This is a very, very useful thing for a GarageBand user. It is a fader with a meter in it. And what a great idea that is, an actual meter with, you know, the numbers, the dBs on the side. So let me just play, right? And you can actually see where your peaks and your valleys are, right? It actually indicates that for you. So it's super, super nice to have a meter with some numbers on it that you can watch live as the tracks are playing. Of course, it works just like a normal fader. Turn it up, turn it down. One of the other really nice features is this fine button right here. So this moves this fader in smaller increments. So if you're just trying to move it just a little tiny bit, you can do that. And in fact, you can adjust. Right now it's on plus minus 18. Let's move it up to 6 dB. And then we hit close. And then now when I turn on the fine button, you can see it's plus 18 to negative 18. So this just gives me a much finer sweep if I'm just trying to make the slightest adjustments. You know, people who work on big backup vocals, you know what I'm talking about. That's where this thing becomes totally useful. If you are going to use this, I do highly recommend just take the regular GarageBand fader knob button, whatever you want to call it, and just put it at 0 and then sort of ignore it from then on. You do want to make sure you can keep looking at that meter, of course, because you don't want it to be peaking at any point. But you just set that at 0 and then use this as your fader to control that channel. Anyway, super, super useful thing. Of course, there's a trim and for getting input gain and a pan knob left and right. Pretty basic stuff there. Flip, also very useful if you don't know if you've done like a stereo recording and it doesn't sound exactly right. You can flip the polarity of that recording on this plugin. And, so if you're having stereo phase inversion, stuff like that, it's a very nice way to instantly change the phase of the microphone or the signal rather, and hopefully alleviate that problem, get rid of that problem. Bypass, normal bypass, just sort of an on and off, and mute is a mute button. Otherwise, very simple little plugin, however, totally powerful and extremely useful to those of us who use GarageBand. Because as you know, we don't A, have faders like this, and B, we don't have meters with numbers on them. So it's sort of there's a lot of workarounds that I've taught you guys, but this is one workaround that's not a workaround. You can just work like a normal engineer finally. And it's free. So, and of course, I'm putting links to all of these plugins in the more info area. So check out those links. Now, next one is a lot more fun of a tool. We're going to turn that one off. This is from, let's go down here. This is from iZotope. It's the iZotope vinyl plugin. And like I said, this is more of a fun one. This just makes some fun sounds. So let me just turn on, I'm going to go down the chain here and just play with the knobs and you will totally hear what it does. Actually get rid of this thing. Okay. Actually, let me turn this one down a little bit. Scratch is a pretty cool thing, and I could have done it with dust too, but you can you can actually adjust it. Oops. I turned it all the way up. 10 scratches. So here's 2 scratches. Right. You can do that with the dust too. I had to turn it all the way down. Not the loudest thing, but it's there. So that's pretty cool. Now the ones that I've used, the one that I have used the most is this Warp one here. Check this out. really, really useful. I love this on like acoustic guitars. I've used this on drum tracks, like a whole drum bus. It's just a fun effect to have when you need it. You're like, I just want it to have a color or that warbly sound. That warp depth thing is really great. Of course, there is the mono switch and the bypass switch, all this stuff. And we'll get to this year knob and the RPM knobs. But one of my favorite things is the spin down. So like right here, and I've automated this previously. You can actually automate it and play wherever you want it to. And so right here, it's going to play. How awesome is that? That spin down sound, love it. It's really good. It's totally accurate. And that's just one of those sounds. For a long time I wondered, what is the plugin that people use for that? And finally I found it. So super, super fun. Now, of course, let's just click through these years. Oh, let's turn all this stuff off. Okay. So basically they remove low end. Speed. There's a slight variation in the overall warbling effect that this has. And I think it represents speed of recorded tape. So the faster the tape, I guess it was better. Is that right? I think it was right. So the more you turn it up, the better it should sound. Hard to tell. But yeah, I think that is sort of the methodology behind there. Now, of course, you do have these, which are just different waves for the warp model. Very fun little plugin that has lots of different abilities to just change the sound in a way that you might not have thought of being possible in the past. So anyway, check this thing out. iZotope Vinyl, super fun plugin, useful when you need something that makes those sounds. Now, the last one, like I said at the top, I did get this for free, but you do have to pay for it now. They did the old bait and switch on me. So anyway, it's just the most useful reverb that I have come across. The little plate from Soundtoys. It's only $100. I just checked out their website. Again, links below for all of these plugins that I'm talking about. But this thing is just like, I don't know, if you work primarily with the reverbs in GarageBand and you sit back and you listen, you're like, man, if I could just get my hands on some better reverbs, that would be awesome. And if you were somebody who uses the Slate Digital package and is like, these reverbs are better than the GarageBand ones, but they're still not what I want. This is one, like I said, got it for free, and I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And then I started working with it, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, I love this reverb. It's amazing on vocals when you need big reverb vocals. Anything that needs like good big reverb, this is my favorite big reverb, and it also works very nicely for short reverbs that are just really low in the mix, just something to give a vocal a little bit of, natural sound. If you record in a space like mine, it's typically a relatively dead sounding recording. So this helps it liven up. Let's just listen to it. It's reverb. I don't think I have to tell you. Right. This is one that I really like, the perfect or a perfect plate. It is quite appropriately named. They also do have some Abbey Road sounds, which I think are pretty cool. And these have a nice pre-delay in them, so there's a little bit of a delay between the sound and the reverb itself coming back at you. Just sort of emulating that space of Abbey Road. But just a very, very nice reverb in general. It's $100, like I said. Totally worth the money. It's a reverb, but it's a very good reverb. Okay, so I don't need to go through all of these. You understand what a reverb is and that it has a low cut and a mix knob. It's pretty basic stuff. So you guys, that's it. If there are free plugins that you love, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd really like for this video to sort of become a source for people looking for free plugins to just come and check out a list in the comments. You know what I mean? I will put these plugins that I like in my list. And oh, thank you so much, all the new people who have signed up on Patreon. I honestly cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. It is really, really awesome that you guys like the channel and the content that I'm making for you guys and support it, because more than ever is Patreon becoming the big financial backbone for YouTube creators like me. We don't have a ton of subscribers, don't get a ton of views, but we still make it because we love making videos and we love helping you guys. The community is awesome. And I really, really do appreciate that. And everybody on the Facebook page too, who just, is involved in the day-to-day stuff here at Garageband and Beyond. So I just wanted to say thank you to the patrons, the new ones especially. You guys, thank you. Patreon.com/GarageBandandBeyond if you're interested in finding out how to support the channel in the future. Anyway, besides that, I think that's about it. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and so you can find out when all those videos are coming out. Hit the notification bell, and that's it. All right, have a good day. Peace.